Welcome to Michigan in Focus. I'm Scott McClellan, a Michigan and Minnesota reporter. With me today is Tom Gantert, the Center Square's managing editor. Tom?
So there is a Democratic senator called Stephanie Chang, in Michigan, who has introduced a bill. And basically what she wants to do is eliminate how teachers, a certain percentage of teachers in Detroit public schools get pay raises based on their job performance. Now, this is pretty complicated. So let's go back and remember how teachers are compensated in Detroit public schools. They have a union, and the union has a pay scale. Okay. And the pay scale pays teachers based on two things, years of seniority, and the other thing is level of education attained. So you get more if you have a bachelor's degree, more if you have a master's degree. In 2019, any teacher hired after 2019 was not placed on the salary scale, so to speak. Okay. What they were done is they received a salary, which was much higher than the starting salary. Okay. And, if you had a bachelor's, it was 51. If you had a master's, it's 58. And the salary was based on step 11, the highest step on the teacher's, pay scale. However, those teachers, the regular contract that a union teacher goes in is every year, every teacher goes up one step automatic, and one step would be a pay raise. Usually it's between, it depends where you're on the thing. It can be anywhere from 1.5% if you're near the top, to 3 to 4 to 5 to 6% if you're, depending on where you are on the scale. So that's automatic. Okay. What happened in 2019 is they told new teachers that were hired that you're going to start up at a much higher scale, but you're now going to be compensated based on your job performance, and that's going to be based on teacher evaluations. Now, here it's where it gets tricky and interesting. So what Chang introduced a bill, and what she wants to do is to remove the evaluations from how these teachers hired after 2019 are paid. Okay. Because she said she doesn't think it's fair, because this is the only, according to her Facebook post, she said this is one of the few, if any other school districts do this. Everybody else in the state of Michigan, if you're a public school teacher, you get, that I'm aware of, and I've looked at hundreds of contracts, you get a pay raise every year when you go up one step. So now that's based on, evaluations. Now here's where it gets interesting. Teacher evaluations in Michigan are based on 4 categories. Highly effective is the best. Effective is the next best. Minimally effective, and ineffective. What the contract states is that these teachers hired after 2019 have to be in the top 2 categories to qualify for an increase in pay. And the increase in pay, surprise, is the same as one step in the contract. Okay. So these teachers are really working off the contract, but they're not really on it officially. Right. So when they start at step 11 and make their 51 or 58,000, that's the highest step on the contract. And when they get a raise based on the pay, it's based on one step increase on the contract. So it's the same idea basically. Okay. But here's the interesting part. We know that school districts in Michigan, when they evaluate teachers, group almost all of their teachers in the top 2 categories, highly effective and effective. So when Detroit Public Schools did the evaluations in 2021-22, they evaluated 3,285 teachers. Okay. Of those, 53% were rated highly effective and 46% were rated effective. 46% were rated effective. That's 99% of your teachers. In 2021, out of the 3,285 teachers, 17 were rated minimally effective. Just 17 teachers. 8 were rated ineffective. That means 25 teachers out of the 3,285 would not have got raises. So the bill is really going to only impact 25 out of 3,285 teachers. And that's no different from almost every other school district in the state of Michigan. The vast majority of school districts in the state average is almost 99% of all teachers are in the top 2 categories. So in effect, although they're based on, their increases are based on performance, when 99.9 or 99.7% of your teachers are grouped in the first 2 performance evaluations, effectively everybody's getting a raise.
Who's deciding whether these teachers are effective? Is it other administrators or other teachers or students?
The Detroit Public School administrators go through and evaluate all these teachers, and it's high school principals and then higher up that approve it. But basically, that's what it is. It's the administrators evaluating the teachers, and they do it every year. So, in 2020-21, 62% of Detroit teachers were rated highly effective. 33% were effective. Again, that 99% in the top two categories. 28 individual teachers were minimally effective in 2020-21, 8 ineffective. So again, 36 teachers out of 3,149 would have not qualified for that increase. So although what she's saying is it's not fair, there's a very small percentage of teachers that are actually impacted by this evaluation. In effect, they all get a free pass. When 97 or 99% of your teachers are in the top two categories, everybody gets a raise. There's no, except for the 25 unfortunate ones that either received minimally effective or ineffective ratings. So basically every year about less than 1% of the teachers qualify for that, would not qualify for the raises. So what's happening in Detroit Public Schools and teachers, again, is something that we see in almost every school district in Michigan. None of them have really used teacher evaluations to differentiate between their teachers. There's 4 categories. Everybody's grouped in the top 2, and the idea that this bill is hurting Detroit teachers and recruiting when it's less than 1% of the people that suffer from not getting, a raise, to me doesn't really make a whole lot of sense.
Listeners can keep up with this story and more at thecentersquare.com. I'm Scott McClellan. Please subscribe, and thanks for listening.